You ever meet someone so kind, so empathetic, so emotionally deep, you just know they've got demons? Yeah, that's the NF brain. You can feel it in the way they speak. They're calm, gentle, but behind their eyes is a storm they've carefully locked away. They'll smile while their heart is breaking. They'll ask if you're okay while quietly falling apart inside. NFs, these are the idealists of the personality world. INFPs, INFJs, ENFPs, ENFJs, feelers, dreamers, visionaries. They live for authenticity. They chase connection. They want every moment to mean something. But what happens when that beautiful mind turns inward? When the search for meaning becomes a maze they can't escape? When their empathy becomes the very thing that slowly drains them? INFJs and INFPs, they're emotional alchemists. They can turn pain into poetry, trauma into philosophy, but sometimes they suppress so much that even they don't realize how much they're holding. They'll drown in silence because asking for help feels like burdening others. And for an NF, being a burden is worse than being in pain. ENFPs and ENFJs, they're the emotional leaders. They light up rooms, inspire others, make people feel seen. But behind that charisma, they often feel like imposters, addicted to praise, craving external validation while silently doubting their own worth. And don't let the chaotic optimism fool you. Most of them have cried in the shower while listening to sad indie music. Twice. Today. You see, NFs can see beauty in everything. In people, in pain, in possibility. But that same gift means they also feel every betrayal, every injustice, every unspoken tension in a room full of smiling faces. They carry emotions that don't belong to them. They forgive people who haven't changed. They fall in love with someone's potential, even while that person is tearing them apart. It's not weakness. It's a gift that hasn't been grounded, a power they haven't been taught to protect. Because when an NF finally stops bleeding for people who won't even offer them a bandage, when they turn their empathy inward, when they realize they don't need to fix everyone to be worthy of love, that's when something changes. They stop romanticizing suffering. They start setting boundaries. They stop asking for permission to feel what they feel. And that's when the NF becomes unstoppable. Not because they've hardened, but because they've healed. So if you're an NF watching this, you're not too much. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're just someone who feels deeply in a world that's forgotten how to. But please, don't lose yourself trying to heal people who wouldn't bleed for you. The world doesn't need another empath in pieces. It needs one who's made peace with their demons and learned how to lead them. Now here's your challenge. This week, say no to one thing that drains you. Walk away from one situation where your worth is questioned and give that energy back to yourself. Because your empathy isn't a curse, it's a blade. Just make sure you're the one holding it.